Sometimes my OCD kicked in. You know, I have to line that hour marker, the minutes marker, and then the second marker at the perfect spot.
Right, right. On this episode of the Watch Factor, I have my very good friend Jen, who's a member of the Detroit Red Bar Group, a membership that I'm a part of that I had to meet a few weeks back. And we actually got some time to sit down and talk about a few pieces that are in his collection, pieces that have a very interesting background and story, and I'm excited to share with you today on the Watch Factor. So, Jen, thank you for meeting with us today.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
No problem.
For the audience that just getting the first chance to kind of meet you, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What's your profession?
So I'm an automotive engineer for one of the big threes.
Okay.
And this is one of my child dreams. My father used to be an automotive engineer.
Okay.
Got me going over there. So we used to ride test cars when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I was excited about what kind of M plate, or not M plate over there, but what kind of test vehicles is bringing home.
Okay.
From cheapest like $5,000 brand new vehicle, a Cherry QQ, to Maserati Quattroporte.
Ah, okay.
He has
okay.
a whole bunch of wide variety of stuff, and that got me going. And you know, came here when I was 19 and went to college downtown Detroit, Lee State.
Okay.
And you know, pursue my dream, work in the engine lab. Got a job in one of the big threes, and which is pretty good.
Yeah,
I think.
So, pretty awesome. Awesome. And so for the audience to kind of learn a little bit, how did you actually get into collecting watches?
So it was from my grandfather. I have a vivid memory of him winding the watch for special occasions.
Okay.
So normally he doesn't wear a watch. He served in the military, and he was a police officer at the time. Every time like there's some ceremony or something going on, and matter of fact, it's actually this guy.
Okay.
So he gave it to me a couple years ago. He's
Okay.
like, I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna wear it anymore. So he brought it back to me. He's like, take this, and he gave me a couple of seagulls as well.
Okay. Awesome.
And I had a vivid memory of him, you know, having the uniform. The police officer at the time was green.
Okay.
He had the uniform on, and for some celebration, he would just wind it and put it on his wrist. I took it in to one of my good friends. He's a watchmaker. I took it in. He opened it back up. He said the movement is still in mint condition.
Oh,
There's
wow.
no rust.
Wow.
So
he took really good care of it.
I think he said it was using some kind of grease or mineral oil or something. It's not the newer synthetic thing.
Okay.
They're all dried out.
Okay.
But they're in good condition. There's minimum wear on it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So
that's something I wish I would have had. My dad wasn't very interested in watches. You know, so when he passed, I was checking to see like, did he have a watch? And they're like, no, he didn't. So for my son, I'm the beginning of that storyline. But for you to have something that goes back 30, 40 years is pretty cool. So you were showing me before we went live and started recording, and I was blown away because at first glance, this dial appears to be black, but as the light hits it, as you begin to kind of turn on different angles, I'm getting a honey brown, I'm getting a gold. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this one here?
you know, having a couple quartz watches in my collection, I'm like, is there a next level quartz that I can find?
Okay.
And then I found Grand Seiko. You know, it has thermal compensated movement plus minus 10 seconds per day, I think. And I was going through it, and that actually can treat my OCD because their hands and second marker and the second hands and the minute hands will line up perfectly. And then the second hand will tick at that mark. Wow. I actually have I think a dual pulse motor or something. So the hands is too large for the normal motor to power it. So
and you're an avid fan of Grand Seiko. What else is in the collection from Grand Seiko that you have?
Well, you gotta have a high beat, and you gotta have a spring drive.
Okay.
So one of each. One of each of their collection.
Okay.
Sports, elegance, and then what else they have? Heritage.
And heritage. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And this is a limited edition, number 134 of 2021. I mean, that's a very small run of
Well, Grand Seiko is good at limited editions.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Just like Omega, right? Here's
Wow.
a limited edition that, here's a limited edition this. So it's kind
Do
of.
you think they've reached the level of recognition that they should have? I mean, that was something that was big back in years past of like, you don't understand how much quality you're getting for the watch, but do you think they're there now or
They're
still kind of climbing?
I think they're still underappreciated.
Still underappreciated?
Especially with I've seen a couple of those brand newer Evolution 9 collections. I've brought a lope with me, tried to magnify it. It was, the fit and finish is up there,
Yeah.
right?
It's one of the best finishings in terms of brands that I've ever seen. That comes out of there.
For me, this is, it's somebody asked me, hey, this is just a quartz Seiko, right? And it flies under the radar, and I travel a lot in the States, so the jumping hours really helped.
Wow.
And tracking 2 time zones, and that's probably my everyday watch for a while.
Gotcha. So pretty much for your collection, you can appreciate mechanical movements, so echo drive movements, even quartz movements. You're okay.
Yes, I'm okay.
Yep, absolutely. What do we have here?
So it's Omega Speedmaster, the previous generation, not the Meta certified.
Okay.
It's a manual wound and Sapphire Sandwich. That's what they.
Now you were okay with it being manual wound versus just being an automatic?
I'm okay. I'm actually prefer that.
Okay.
It's if it's not my everyday watch, so it's gonna stop.
Yeah.
No matter what, so I'll just pick it up, wind it. It's like a little ritual, little interaction with my watch.
Yeah.
Set it, and good to go, right? So this is actually me celebrating the big 30 birthday.
Okay.
The big 30th birthday. Also graduated from a master degree program.
Okay.
Right? And so I was looking around. Rolex is kind of not available, as always.
Right.
And there's, as a mechanical engineer, as a car guy, automatically into the space landing, the moon landing, all the space programs and everything. And at the NASA museum in Florida, I think we saw one over there, so that's kind of got me started. And a couple years ago, walking to Somerset, we had a big Moonwatch exhibition in the middle of the south side of Somerset. So that triggered me as well. So right before pandemic, right before the shutdown, this is actually, I think they shut down the second day. So right before that, I went in, it was still before my 30th birthday, went in, grabbed one, and it has the big box with a lope on it, and 2 extra straps, and came as a bracelet, and they gave me another strap. So I saw this in their showcase, in their drawer, in their storage drawer. Like that's something special about it. That's a Ultraman strap.
Yeah.
The Speedmaster Ultraman strap.
Yeah.
So that's hard to get, I think. Ultraman is hard to get. I think the strap is pretty hard to get as well. So there's only one in there. I'm like, I'll take this.
Oh, so did you get it for free or did they?
I got it for free.
Yeah, free. Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
So they offer me. They're good enough to offer me a discount.
Sure.
They're really nice ladies and gentlemen over there.
That's
helped
awesome.
me a lot. Let me try on all this stuff.
That's awesome.
And I got that watch, and they're saying you can pick another strap if you want. Okay, sure.
That's cool. Now, do you wear this often? I mean, this is in really good condition. I
I actually wear it pretty much every day for half a year.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that stopped me wearing it. It got magnetized a lot, very easily.
Oh, really?
Even from my PC, because the modern PC has two magnets on the bottom just to detect the lid closing mechanism, right? So just from that, it runs 2 minutes quick.
Wow.
Yes. So I brought it in. I didn't know what's going on, and the watchmaker there told me it's magnetized. So I had to buy a demagnetizer on eBay. So
wow.
After that, it runs about 4 seconds quick.
Awesome. That's the cool thing is that you'd be surprised how many people are actually into watches, and it's such a big, broad community with a variety of different collections, right? And so it's easily to come across things you've never seen before or things you've seen only in magazines and someone now has. I think at the last Red Bar, I came across 4 different watches that I'm like, I've only seen them in magazines, and now I've got 2 folks that actually have them, and that's what's kind of awesome about being a part of the Red Bar group and just kind of being in a collector circle. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this one here?
Christopher Ward, it was, so we actually got that together with my buddy, and he's from Lebanon.
Okay.
So he's the first friend I ever made in the United States. You know, we were sitting in the clinic waiting to get TB tested because we came from a different country. You have to get TB tested, and we were waiting in line for that and kind of introduced each other. Like, he's into watches. His grandfather gave him a couple Omegas. His father is into watches and stuff. So one day he told me, hey, check out Christopher Ward. We were looking at the website. This guy was half off. So I think we only paid like $300.
Okay.
It's a mechanical movement, you know, and it's a diver, 600 meter actually.
Yep.
And it's an individual micro brand. I don't know if this batch was using the Salida movement or the ETA.
Okay.
They were like half and half Salida, half ETA. So that was.
We've got some other pieces. We're not going to open them up for this video. We're going to do a separate video on that. But let me ask you this: with everything that's in the collection, what are you still chasing right now? What's in your radars? What's kind of in your favorites right now that you're reviewing? Whether it's in Chrono 24, eBay, or with an AD, you're kind of like circling in right now. What's in the crosshairs?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I feel like my wallet hurts. Bank account hurts. But,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, Rolex is unavailable.
Yeah.
Unavailable.
Yeah.
And so I really like the titanium Omega Speedmaster.
Oh, okay.
The X33, I think that was it. That was the name. So I can use all my Omega straps on it. And it's light. It's you know, it's quartz, but it's like flat certified or flight certified or even I think space certified. So that's probably that's the next thing.
Okay. You've got an impressive collection, and again, this isn't even half of what we know is out there. So we'll definitely have to do another video for. But I appreciate you taking time to meet with me and just share with the audience a little bit about your collection.
Thanks.
Hey man.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thank you.